Talk about a film that deals in a very timely subject matter. Now, there's no official release date to this in terms of what I'm seeing on IMDb. Technically, it's still labeled as completed, so we'll see where it goes in the future. But I've heard a lot of people talking about this film, at least from some of the channels that I follow. There's been some rumblings about Sound of Freedom for a long time. It's a new action drama thriller that, again, I think it's a very substantive release, and I think it's certainly one that needs to be released, because we need to start hearing stories like this, or as horrible as the subject is surrounding this in terms of what the film is actually dealing with, we as a society need to be made more aware of it. And there have been other films that have done this, or at least they've tried, but again, maybe they haven't gotten that the high audience total. I'm hoping they do, because again, we need to start talking about this. But if you've not heard about Sound of Freedom, this is a new film starring Jim Caviezel. He's in this, and I have mad respect for the guy. Let's take a look at the synopsis first, and of course we'll look at the trailer, but this is what it says on IMDb. The story of Tim Ballard, played by Jim Caviezel, a former U.S. government agent who quits his job in order to devote his life to rescuing children from global sex traffickers. I can't tell you how much of a heart I have in terms of stopping this issue. Trafficking in any capacity, especially this. I mean, this is absolutely horrific that this happens, especially considering, as other people have put it, and I think it's very aptly phrased, this is modern-day slavery. It's, to me at least, when I hear about it, though, I mean, slavery's bad, regardless, but this is infinitely worse. I mean, you're talking about kids. If there's anything that we need as a society to stop, like, right now, it's this. And first thing you do is you shine a light on it, like, hey people, this is actually happening, even though you want to live your life of blissful ignorance. This is a horrible travesty, and yet we need to know about it because it's the only way we're going to be able to stop the problem. And I'm grateful that this film is going to be putting a lens on that. As much as, normally I wouldn't, again, want to watch a subject like this, like, this is getting into some really touchy stuff. We need to know about it as a society. If I'm feeling my heart and passion in any way, it's on this issue. This has to stop. It really does. Let's take a look at the message that this film is trying to share. We're going to watch the trailer first, and we're going to talk about it more in my condensed review segment. Follow us watching the video together. I don't know if it's a true story. It seems like it could be, based on just the way it read, but from the synopsis. Let's take a look and see if that's the case with the actual trailer. I don't know. Maybe they'll say like it's inspired by a true story. Who knows? Okay, here we go. Oh, this is going to be a hard watch.
I don't think I can do this job, Tim. As soon as I lay down, all you see are those kids' faces.
You take it with you. This would change any person.
How long you been doing this? 12 years. How do you do it?
It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen. It has already passed the illegal arms trade, and soon it's gonna pass the drug.
This has to stop now.
Señor Timoteo, tú rescatas niños, ¿verdad? Quizá puedas ayudarme a encontrar a mi hermana.
So it is a truth. Oh, jeez.
Imagine walking into a room right now, seeing an empty bed. What will we do?
We're Homeland Security. You know we can't go off rescuing kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces. This is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
We're talking about extracting an 11-year-old girl from an army of rebels.
Not just her. I'm talking about rescuing hundreds of kids.
She could be a block
That's
down the
very
road.
admirable.
She could be in Moscow.
We need more
Bangkok,
people like this guy.
LA.
Over 2 million children a year are being sucked into the
2
deepest
million?
recesses of hell. If we do nothing, someday it's gonna reach the likes of you.
It's a very excellent point the film makes. And I've certainly thought about that as well. first it's outside of your life, and then suddenly, if you're a parent, it might come into your circles, especially in the modern age. I mean, I remember, my parents growing up were telling me, like, oh, we remember a time where we could unlock the door, let the kids outside, not have to worry about it. This day and age, I mean, okay, a stranger down the street is certainly worrisome enough, because, again, you never know. When this stuff comes to play, I can probably imagine most parents would watch this and probably lock the doors and be like, okay, we're going to keep our kids inside. I think they make a very good point here in the one line where they're saying how they phrase it. Someday it's going to reach the likes of you. That's a very poignant line, but if anything sells I'm not saying it's necessarily trying to sell something. It's really trying to show you exactly how problematic this is. Over 2 million kids. What do we have to do to stop this? I don't know of any local groups, at least where I live, that are focused on this issue. We need to stop this now. I can't believe this is happening. Well, if you ever needed more evidence of the depravity of man and how far it can go, yeah, you know what? I'm not a parent. I want to have kids someday. I would prefer to have them grow up in a world that's safe and away from all this. We need to eradicate this disease right now. We need to get rid of trafficking in every capacity. This has to stop, especially with kids. This cannot happen. And I'm very glad if this film is actually shining a light on it, because if there's anything, again, some people might like, oh, maybe it's not happening. Maybe, it's not, maybe the numbers are smaller. No, if you're talking about over 2 million kids and this is based on a true story, I would imagine the numbers are that high. We need to take care of this now. And again, I'm very happy that this film is shining a light on it. And good on Jim Caviezel to star along with this project. I will say there was one cast member, if it looked familiar, yeah, he was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He was the Ghost Rider's uncle. Eli Morrow, I think I remember what his name was. I might be wrong on that, but it's been years since I've seen the season 4, but I was like, he's got a really familiar face. But wow, what a release. I want to see this movie. I don't know yet when it's out. There's no official release date, but I want to watch it. I really do, and I want to talk about it. I want to share it because, quite frankly, more people need to know about this issue. More people need to know that it's happening and need to step up. And well, at least, if you can't step, like, I got a job or whatnot, we just need to start talking about it. The minute we start talking about it, these people are going to go retreating, and hopefully they stop. This has to end. If there's anything that we in our present day and age need to take care of, it's this. This is our battle right now. I mean, aside from many other ones that we're all fighting constantly, but this... We need to eradicate trafficking, especially when it comes to kids. This can't stand. We need to stop. I'm happy to give this a platform because we need to talk about this issue more and get rid of it. One day, hopefully, we will live in a world where it's not 2 million kids. So bad. Just awful. What do you guys think about The Sound of Freedom? I think that's a very good name for the film, by the way. I love the poster of, like, the unshackled chains. Broken chains. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right on point. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. This is a very good release. And I would ask that, you talk about the movie as well. Get people talking about this. And you're like, well, it's just a movie. It doesn't matter. If it's themed around a true story, it's talking about this subject that we all need to be made aware of. We need to stop this in every capacity, and just talking about it is going to help. But, because again, evil happens in shadows. It happens in the silence. We need to speak about it, because then guess what? It's going to have to go hiding away and maybe be done with. And we've already seen some improvement on that. We've got some governing agencies, at least over the past couple months. We've seen some headlines of like Operation Autumn Hope, and there's one, I thought it was in Wisconsin. I might be wrong on that. I'll pull up a headline just so you can see where it is in case I got my details mixed up. But I think in that case there's like over 39 kids rescued or something like that. It was a high number. And it was beautiful to see, like, all those kids get to go home. Because think about that. All these kids, you might have kids at your house, but again, this could happen to you. But think about all those parents that have to go through with this and wonder where their kid is. And wonder if they're safe or not. That must be a horrible thought. We need to end this now. But it helps by shining a light on it. It helps by speaking out, and that's what this movie is trying to do. So as I said, feel free to let me know your thoughts are down below. Don't forget all the good stuff with likes, remember that bell, and until we look at another project, maybe one like this, I don't know. We'll see. But in the future, or maybe a different film. I tend to cover many different types of movies on this channel, not just ones themed around this issue, certainly. Never really talked about this issue before, but I'm really happy to give it a platform now. We need to stop it. But whatever trailer we get to watch together next, I'll see you guys at that point. But for now, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Remember to love yourselves, your fellow man. God bless, and peace.